dig it when I can't even see it.
Talk up. Chopper.
But why 6 o'clock in the morning? Why not 8 o'clock? Why not the day after tomorrow? This is supposed to be our vacation, right? Scenic Ontario and the Royal Mounties, right?
Right.
Okay, so call me tomorrow or the day after.
Now, that's the trouble with vacations. People let down, let themselves come all unstrung. I've got this all laid out, Todd. Timetabled right down to the last minute. That way, you see, we can stay in trim so when we go back to work...
shut up.
Shall we have our little scoop?
It's Foxglove, our pilot.
Wizard view, what?
What are those?
Parliament. That's City Hall. 3 o'clock low. 19th century sort of thing, don't you know?
But over there, strictly 21st century. New Civic Center. Off with the old, what? What?
What's that?
Stadium, old boy.
I know it's a stadium, but what's that?
Tally-ho.
You wouldn't... no, you wouldn't do that.
You chaps say tally-ho?
Of course you wouldn't.
We chaps say gung-ho. Linc case, Texan. At your service, ma'am.
I feel like Nero must have felt as he watched the lions closing in on a Christian.
Poor beggar doesn't have a prayer. It's strictly anti-regs, but why don't we land? Even the odds of it.
This particular Christian needs a lesson. He's always doing this. He makes these grandstand plays with full confidence that I'm going to jump in and save him. See? Well, just call me Nero. Okay, Lieutenant. And upward Charlie and back to ops.
And Mr. Frolic?
I don't know.
Chops? When bread drops from heaven, go.
Gio?
Hi.
2 yeses, 1 I don't know. Allison?
He does have a simple, honest face.
Linc Case Texan, that's your service, ma'am.
We have to trust somebody, don't we?
Anyone for touch football?
Oh, this boy's something else.
Go ahead and ask. What are 5 nice girls like you doing in a place like this?
You're the leader man, right?
She's the bass. Liz. I'm drums, Gio. Allison's harp. Daphne's piano. And Chops is sax, flute, clarinet,
And trombone.
Consecutive, not simultaneous.
Well, I haven't checked with Dunn and Bradstreet this morning, but I have enough for coffee if anybody's interested.
We're interested.
Do you have a comb? What 5 nice girls like us are doing in an empty stadium at 6 o'clock in the morning without luggage, instruments, or purses has to do with a think. Whose name we won't even mention. Our agent manager who went south with our share of the money.
20 gigs. One night stand. In towns which haven't been discovered yet. With a big build-up. A week in Toronto at the Captain's Club.
Only there is no Captain's Club.
And then it was to be New York. Liz Marshall and the Martians. They'll put you right into orbit. $3,500 a week guarantee, and tomorrow the world. Well, we toasted Fink with champagne and buttered his fat face with caviar. Man, did we throw him a bash? Did he ever throw us a curve?
We're from St. Louis, Mr. Case. A long way from St. Louis. Still want to buy us coffee?
Scrambled eggs, even.
Oh, come on, girl.
Why is it? Ladies. Give me my robe. Let's talk. Without my robe.
Why are you embarrassed? We're not.
Call me when the next bus leaves.
No, I've got it all figured out. $730.
To answer your question, I'm not embarrassed. I'm trying to get some sleep. The body needs rest.
An octopus rests all the time. Just hangs around in dark places with the drapes drawn and rests. You know what happened to the octopus? It has 2 gills, 2 kidneys, 3 hearts, and copper in its blood.
$730 for what?
Room service.
They owe a hotel $230 for a party they had the other night.
7 cups of coffee, please. $3.26. Thank you.
Otherwise, they can't get their instruments.
What instruments?
Do you mind if I use the shower?
No, go ahead. The fare back to St. Louis is just a little under 100 times 5, and food for a couple of days. Yeah, $730 ought to do it. How much do we have in the bank?
A funny thing just happened. I swallowed the bank book.
Todd, these girls are stranded. They've got nobody to turn to.
Oh, they've got you.
Think.
Listen, Linc, my wide-eyed, melon-headed friend, a fool and his money are some party.
Oh, he's quite right, you know. We could be a rat pack.
Well, 500 of what's in the bank is mine. Now, I'll put up the 5 if you'll stand for the 230.
Don't you girls have fathers or mothers or husbands or a loose fiancé? Anybody with a friendly dollar?
I went all through that at breakfast, Todd. Do you think they want to be in a position to have to sit here and argue with...
A think.
Now, take Allison. She's worth $6 million, but she can't get in touch with her money right now.
Oh, yeah, her money keeps moving around so fast, she never knows where it goes.
Now, I'm supposed to be taking my doctorate in classical music at the university, not making a jazz tour.
My parents live in a village in Japan. South Japan.
On second thought, don't call me when the bus leaves.
Another bad booking, girls. Let's go.
That's so good.
Daphne, we're leaving.
Now, just wait a minute. Come on, buddy, loosen up.
Question in my mind's always been, can men be people? Mr. Case, you're people. Thanks for trying.
I don't blame you. Goodbye.
Thanks, Brett! Close the door!
Speak up. I said it's a pity you don't know Werner Heisenberg's principle of uncertainty. 'Tis a pity, isn't it?
Because if you did, I'd be able to get some sleep.
By all means, cook off. I'll just stooge around till they come back.
Heisenberg's principle. No particle of physical matter can be simultaneously located in both time and space. If you figure out where it is, you don't know how fast it's traveling. By the time you calculate its speed, you no longer know where it is.
Depends on your gun sight, I'd say. Now, give me a spit and a pair of matched wing cannons. I'll locate a target for you in time and space. Blow Heisenberg's principle right out of the jolly old clag.
Look, Ace, go somewhere else and scramble red section, will you? They were here, they left.
You let them get away? All 5 of them?
Take off.
Why?
My wing cannon's jammed.
It's obvious enough. They're sleeping out in the stadium like that. They're in dire straits.
That's when one closes in for the kill.
When they need you.
Have you got $730?
You wanted that much?
Some ridiculous story about their instruments being in hock and them needing bus fare back to St. Louis.
That's it. We'll promise to give it to them. But we can't raise that much money over the weekend, banks being closed and all.
Don't you see the shining, splendid opportunity? And with Monday a national holiday. 3 days. 5 of them, 3 of us.
What happens Tuesday?
Yeah, it's a pity you don't know Heisenberg's principle, old boy. Come Tuesday, let them try and figure out where we are and what rate we're traveling.
Foxglove, you're a dirty old man.
Then it's a deal. Women adore being taken advantage of. They'd never forgive us if we didn't. Out!
Chum, been eating these.
$730.
Cheerio!
Operator, about holding my calls, never mind. I want to call every hotel in town, starting with A. I want to speak to every credit manager.
$333. The rooms only came to $78. The rest of it is champagne and caviar.
For days of wine and road.
333. You told me 233.
We couldn't serve him a bad vintage, could we? Not while we still believed in him.
No. Do you know how much a harp is worth?
Here or in heaven, young man?
Well, all told, you're holding more than $3,000 worth of collateral. That's 10 times more than they owe.
It gives me a nice, warm feeling.
Shall I belt her?
Okay, we'll regroup the act. Cut the harp, just for this weekend. And let you keep it for security if you'll release the bass, the drum, the sax, the flute, and the clarinet.
The thought of that harp all alone in the storeroom just makes me want to cry. And I hate to cry. So why don't you come back anytime with $333?
Well, it's like this, ma'am. If you don't give these girls a chance to find a booking somewhere in Toronto for the weekend and let them play, they have no other way of earning the money. And they'll go deeper in debt and you'll never get your account straightened.
Go get a booking, then bring me the contract. Instruct the club to pay the money directly to the hotel, and you have a deal.
Ladies?
Mrs. Longsworth. 5 girls? They're here right now. Mr. Melonhead, just a moment. Your name Melonhead?
We don't need your money.
I'm hungry.
95% of all Earth species are invertebrates, no spine. Now remember, we belong to the other 5%. We've got a spine. You're not hungry. It's that clear.
All right, girls. Chins up. Come on. Chest out.
So why ain't you watching?
I watch, I get sick.
With 3.
You make me sick, too.
You wanted a new routine for tonight, so this is a new routine. So watch.
22. All right, I said 23. I need you. Let the customers watch. I know better. That's why I bought this joint, so I don't have to watch.
Sir? I'm in a position to offer you Liz Marshall and the Martians. This weekend only, exclusively at your club, at a negotiable price.
Martians?
Our antennas are retractable.
They don't look like no exotics to me.
All Japanese girl. Very exotic. Papa-san?
Comics I don't need.
Gin.
Him I don't need either.
They play progressive jazz.
I didn't even get my card sorted. Any of you girls sing?
Gio. Daphne.
The same old hoodoo follows me about. The same old pounding in my heart whenever I think of you. And darling, I think of you day in and day out. Day out, day in. I needn't tell you how my day begins. When I awaken with a tingle. One possibility in view, that possibility of maybe seeing you. Come rain, come shine, I meet you and to me the day is fine. Then I kiss your lips and the pounding becomes the ocean's roar, 1,000 drums. Can't you see it's love? Can there be any doubt when there it is day in, day out? Then I kiss your lips and the pounding becomes the ocean's roar, 1,000 drums. Can't you see it's love? Can there be any doubt when there it is day in, day out?
How much for the singer?
It's a package. Take one, take them all. Same price.
They ever play for strippers?
Oh, if it can move, we can play for it. We play for it, it'll move.
A bunch of college girls in a dump like this? The clientele will tear the place apart.
You're just afraid you'll have to move it for a change. Listen, kid, you got yourself a deal. Let's talk money.
They work. I walk. I walk. My strippers walk.
Your girls strip? They come out playing their own instruments, and they strip to their own beat. Yeah.
We're a long way from St. Louis, but not that long.
Make up your mind, Walt. Them or me.
I'm sorry, kid.
She makes me sick, but the customers,
they got no taste. Let's play the game.
Knock with one.
This the man?
Unfortunately, yes. Where do I arrange bail?
In the office.
What about the girls?
Oh, they say the food in here is great.
Todd, we don't split up the act. Take one, you take us all.
Okay. You want to play defender of the Alamo? Stay here. Eat the food. Enjoy. Anyway, where am I going to get the scratch to bail out all 6 of you?
Well, you did it for a girl in Tucson named Vicky. And you still whisper her name in your dreams. Just think. Now you can add Liz, Gio, Allison, Daphne, and Chops.
Please note, bail bond receipts, collateral 1 sports car. Also note the armorial bearings of the province of Ontario, which appear at the top, and particularly note the Latin motto inscribed within the supporters. Ut incapit fidelis sic permanent.
Loyal she began, loyal she remains.
Good girl. Now, until your trial next week for aggravated assault on that poor defenseless Amazon, this quintet becomes a septet. 7 people traveling as one. Clear?
The Magnificent 7.
I finally figured out why I can't stand you. You remind me of Herman. Does look like Herman. He's got more hair. But Herman's got more money.
Well, where was Herman in your hour of need?
Honey, all she'd have to do is raise her little pinky, and Herman would fly a bank up to her and give her the key.
Can we all try and get along, please? A little brotherhood. Tell him about the telephone exchange in Tokyo, Gio.
Well, when I was a child, I went with my brother to the telephone exchange to a party that they had for the equipment in honor of the faithful service it had rendered. The operators bowed to the switchboard and burned incense in its honor.
I think we should all burn a little incense in the honor of Todd Stiles, who led us out of Egypt.
I think we should all get away from this place.
could be quite a vacation.
Foxglove was right.
Foxglove?
Well, yeah, he pointed out the inherent advantage of the situation. 5 stranded girls. And the 2 of us.
Todd, you're a dirty old man.
Oh, why have you been knocking yourself out?
I'm a Texan.
And if they were old maids in their 50s?
Well, then I wouldn't be a Texan.
Yes, quite a vacation.
Which one? Well, divide and conquer, right? Which one?
Well, I hate to admit it, but Liz kind of turns me on. I think maybe it's because she doesn't like me and I rise to the challenge. Anyway, I intend finding out. Any objections?
What objections? That still leaves me 4.
Linc.
Good night. Night.
Yes.
Welcome to Toronto. Here, let me show you. This is how we did it in the good old days. RAF, you know. Never of so many owed so much to so few and all that.
Foxy tells me you're a jazz group. So, let's swing.
Let me ask you, Oedipus, does your mama know you're out?
My name is Larry.
Yeah. I'll put you on my waiting list, Larry.
Maybe they can spare a blanket. I'll go check.
Yeah.
I've always admired flowers. RAF, you say?
You see, I'm English.
Oh, you'd never know.
Not Canadian like these other chaps.
Well, were you in the Battle of Britain?
Spitfires. Spot a bother, that. Nasty business, really, but one does what one must, right?
What kind of engine did it have?
Beg your pardon, what now?
The Spitfire. What kind of engine did it have?
Oh, various manufacturers.
Well, you know, I've always wondered about their takeoffs. What was your climbing speed?
Well, it varied, you know. Weather conditions and all that.
Oh, easy to fly, was it? Or the Spitfire, I mean.
Oh, piece of cake, really. Beautiful ship. Fly out with your feet.
Oh, and roomy, too.
Roomy? Remind me to tell you, when we know each other a little better, about the waff I took up one day.
The Spitfire had a Merlin engine, took off at 200 miles per hour, and was the most difficult plane to fly. The controls could never be used coarsely, otherwise the plane might stall or lose altitude. And the cockpit was so narrow that men with broad shoulders would rub blisters on their forearms during a dogfight. Men like my father, Mr. Foxglove, who fought with Spitfires against the Germans. Men who died over Britain. Men to whom we do owe something.
I'm terribly sorry.
Everybody out.
I don't suppose you'd like to hear what happened.
That's right. I would not like to hear what happened.
But tell him how they just barged in.
It wasn't our fault. You heard the man, girls. Out.
We can go back to the room. Your Martian Jezebel's cut out.
I don't believe it.
While we were outside freezing, they were inside starting a Toronto branch of Sodom and Gomorrah.
You mean you threw him out? How does that go? Ut incipit fidelis. How was that again?
Ut incapit fidelis sic permanent. 7 of us moving as one.
Yeah. Foxglove, 301. Foxglove! Foxglove!
Got it pressed against some window.
Hey, let's all look in. In the movies, when you press your nose against the glass like this, a kindly old chef always invites you in and listens to your sad story and feeds you.
How about a church? It's warm in a church, and at least we could sit down.
Well, isn't there some organization, some mission, some welfare thing?
Hunger they understand. Pride they don't. You want to call Mama, Daphne?
Well, I've been trying awfully hard not to.
Make me call Herman.
And me, the board of directors.
Hey, how about a maternity hospital? We could sit with the expectant fathers.
Oh. Only one thing to do. Go to the police. They've always been gooey about lost children.
About this?
Oh, Mr. Bassett on the second floor, but I'm not sure he's any worked on it.
Bassett's a whirlwind. Once he decides to move, he really... Congratulations all over town. Just because you're happy, fine. But if you got a gratitude, you got the wrong guy.
Marshall?
Yes?
Your instruments are on stage. We've assigned you dressing rooms 11 and 12. If you don't mind, could you rehearse now?
Don't mind.
I'll need the stage in about a half hour for the other acts, and dress rehearsals at 7 tonight.
Are you guys still playing Angels Anonymous?
Well, how do we convince you we had nothing to do with this?
You don't.
Well, we'll try again later.
All of a sudden, it's not such a long way to St. Louis.
How about it, Liz? Shall we mug one for the boys?
All right, kids. Number 9, 2 bars of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, 3, 4.
Bassett told us. Not very sporting of him.
Commit the crime, pay the 2 shillings, and commit the crime again?
On the contrary, old boy. I do so few good things, I was rather pleased about this. Only I didn't want the young ladies to know I had anything to do with that. Could you imagine the consequences? If they thought that every time we bounders were exposed, we went rushing off to do charitable works to salve our conscience? Things like that would encourage girls to stand firm. kind of an existence would that be? Smashing what? Where they play?
Bassett, the newspaper, all this.
Piece of cake. You see, Bassett detests me. Terribly moral chaps, these feature editors. I simply told him, for once in my life, I've been exposed for the fraud I am. Well, he went utterly sentimental. Girls stranded, sinners saved, and all that. I pointed out he mustn't use that angle. Bad for the girl's pride. So he played hands across the border and simply added them to the show. Miracle worker, Bassett. I mean, posters printed, story in the paper, all in a matter of hours.
Hello. Hip, hip, chap.
Screen Gems presentation.
Herbert B. Leonard, executive producer.